but the animation quality is so awful at first. And then as soon as they get, you know, more audience members and more people really into it, then all of a sudden skyrockets. I mean, everything. I mean, look at Archer. First season of Archer to what they've been producing now, completely different.
Night and day.
Night and day. And it's because, you know, they've proved their concept. And with, at least within the animation, and that's one of the things that we want to do and we've been working towards, but it's just trying to figure out how to do that, because what it really comes down to is that Havana, Alan, and I, we cannot animate that. That has to be, we have to give the baby to somebody else to hold for a while. And because otherwise we don't get the story told. And that is difficult, and it's hard to find people who are, you know, willing to really back us up.
So you wouldn't start your own studio to run this?
We've talked about it. We do have an idea of how we want to do it, but again, it all comes down to funding.
Sure,
if we wanted to do it all out of pocket, we could definitely try. But that's a great way to run any business into the ground, because you're going to be losing. You know, you're going to be losing capital so quickly.
Right. You know what? Because I asked this. I'm just asking, if you were given the money, would you run off and hire a team, a studio to do it, or would you just move all the furniture out your house, pay all your bills with it, with the money you got, you know, and bring in a whole bunch of other artists?
I think it would be a bit of both. I think we probably have, we probably can, you know, get some. Our team, our core team, I think I would like, you know, local artists working on this. I'd like this to be an Atlanta thing.
You will sit there and do page by page and draw.
Not even page by page, but, you know, we might have, you know, the house open for, you know, artists if they want to come in, if they're doing freelance work. Because one of the things that we've noticed is that a lot of the Atlanta-based animators, and when they're not working on, you know, in the studios, they're on hiatus, and they're doing freelance work at home. So if we opened up our home as, you know, we're paying you, this is part of the... You know, some people are part of studios or whatever, but they don't necessarily go into, you know, an office. We'd open up our home as a way of, you know, hey, you can come to our home and, you know,
and knock out these 30 seconds.
Knock out these 30 seconds, and then we're right there.
Right.
So if you have any questions, you know, it's easy to get a hold of us. That's, I mean, again, this is like way far off. And
I know, but it's good to have a conversation because I hear, like I said before, I hear from artists, you know, saying, "Oh, I'm going to SCAD so I can learn animation so I can do this big project." I'm like, "Are you crazy? Have you ever looked at the credits roll at the end of anything?
I'm gonna do it all myself."
You know, like no. I know.
It takes years to do that.
Right.
Much less learn it.
Yes. No. Go prove your concept. Find the money. Prove your concept in some kind of medium you can control and do on your own, and then go find the money so you can hire a bunch of people, because that's going to be tough.
Exactly. So, and then that's the hard place that we're in. You know, so many people keep saying, "Oh, just animate it, just do it. You just put it out there," and it's like you can't.
Just pay my Georgia bill.
Yeah,
Georgia power bill.
You just can't do it. It's not that simple. And
we have jobs, we have socialized, we have families.
Socialized. This is my socializing right here.
But you know, we have all of that going on, and then we also have, you know, we have to keep quality in mind, because if we put out something that looks as good as what we have now, and then we animate it, but it looks awful.
No, then
that's not going to help us.
Yeah, I hate that. Growing up reading comics all the time, then they switch to artists, and you're like, what the?
Yeah,
what happened here?
Exactly.
No, you didn't.
Or like the difference between looking at the X-Men like comics and then watching the X-Men TV show.
And like that,
and the quality there just wasn't where it should be, and we've kind of set ourselves at a hard place because we want to keep that quality so high. But that's what we're passionate about, and delivering good quality storytelling with quality artwork.
Well, that's why we're going to continue to be fans.
Okay.
All right, that's good. All right, so I want to run down the room. Every person, please tell us about what's coming up next with each one of you. I know Dan mentioned his project. He said it was he had not talked about it before with anyone, the 7 Star Press project.
Yeah.
So let's go with that and then run the rest of the room. Tell us what's coming up. What should we look for? How much money do we need to save to go buy the book and subscribe? Whatever.
Well, let's see. The first book is going to be called Grey Widow's Walk, and that should be out around the end of May 2016. I'm not sure how much it's going to cost yet.
Is it a book? Is it a series of comics?
No, it's a novel.
A novel, that's
yeah,
right. Oh.
Yeah, it's like a 100,000-word novel.
Oh, just all words, no pictures.
No pictures in that one.
No, dang it! All right, this is a real deal. This is your stuff. You came up with this. You wrote this. You created this.
Yep, all me.
Whoa.
And it's going to be in print and ebook.
Nice.
And I really don't know how much it's going to cost yet. That's part of what going with a publishing house is nice for. They have people who calculate these things.
To do that stuff,
yeah.
You got your cash. You got your cash right now already.
I bet he wrote it in a week.
How many words? I'll write you 3. I'll write you 3. That's why it's a trilogy. I'll write 3 of those. Nice.
Well, on top of that, I have a series of young adult graphic novels from Dark Horse coming out.
Okay.
The first one's out already. The series is called LARP.
Okay.
LARP! Exclamation point.
What's that mean?
It stands for live action role playing.
Okay.
It's about
and the exclamation point is just because it's...
Well, I wanted it to be like people who don't know what LARPing is, like it would look kind of like a sound effect.
Oh, nice.
You know, like the old Batman show. LARP. Biff Pow. LARP.
Like you get punched in the gut. You get punched in the gut, you go, LARP.
This is kind of what happens.
But and I'm also working on a game for Gunfire Games out of Austin, Texas, called Chronos.
Nice.
And that is going to be one of the launch games for the Oculus Rift.
Ooh. Oh my god!
What,
dude?
Yeah. So is that like currently writing? You're currently writing, or these are projects that you're done with?
No, I'm right in the middle of my portion of the work on Chronos. Yeah.
Word up!
Wow.
Don't forget to include some dude named Dan.
Some dude
named Dan.
Since you're still writing it,
He's like, your name will be part of the credit.
I'm already gonna be there. I don't get to cash that check.
Well, I will tell you, they flew me out there to the studio, and I actually got to use an Oculus Rift.
Yeah.
Dude, have you ever played a horror game on a virtual reality?
No,
It's scary as fuck, dude. I'm not scared of horror movies because I don't believe in ghosts and stuff. But I'm not. Virtual reality. Oh, I jumped up and screamed. My sister's like, God, I wish I recorded that.
Oh, wow.
It was really scary.
Well, you hear people talking about how virtual reality is going to just like basically change our society.
I believe it.
And I believe it too. I mean, I put the thing on and I was inside the game.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like
I
inside
walked
the video
through the
game.
Shire on a virtual reality thing. That was awesome.
You've been there now. You've been there. Scratch that off your list.
So, like, when you do this, I imagine you physically walking.
You don't get to do that.
Okay.
It's shocking. Like the graphics themselves are like PS4 or PS1 graphics, but the fact that you can like look around, I don't know.
That's where it messes with your senses, huh?
Well,
I didn't do the Oculus Rift. I did the like the little small phone version. Like there's a little cardboard version.
Yeah. Well,
the Galaxy and Samsung one.
It's like surprisingly immersive.
This is like PS4 or Xbox One.
So I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, at one point, the scene in the game shifted, and the camera was positioned out over the edge of a cliff.
Oh, that's a great way to make you jump.
Yeah, and like I'm like, and you need to play these games in a swivel chair because you know, like I'm looking around.
It's
and
scary.
looking down, and
it's so
it is really immersive.
I kind of want to see this and just record it and post it to Instagram. Look at Dan being stupid.
I'm a wise sage, damn it.
He's looking for something. I don't know.
Right.
I guess he lost his bottle cap.
Yeah, with the horror.
It's right here.
Okay.
With the horror game that I played on the little Galaxy VR thing, like there was this scary little doll behind me. And like normally I wouldn't give a shit about that movie, but like because I was looking at it and I looked back. Like, oh god, okay, I don't want to look at it, but it's right behind me. I don't want to not look at it. So,
what if it gets me?
Yes. It was so scary. But so that's really cool that Dan, you're working on a launch game for Oculus. I can't wait.
Alan was geeking out about the hardcore geeking out about it. And he's actually looking at he got contacted recently by a developer who's looking to release another game for Oculus Rift too.
Awesome.
Yeah, those things are going to show up everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Do you
That's
know,
the next frontier.
Is there a launch date yet?
It's like first quarter of next year.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, so the commercials?
So they already.
That's when the game is supposed to come out. If the Oculus isn't ready by that point, these are decisions made above my pay grade.
Right.
So
So it comes out with when the Oculus Rift comes out.
As I understand it, yes.
Okay.
That shit might be sitting at GameStop right now, waiting for the Oculus Rift to make a.
Yeah.
Man, if they get enough.
Yeah.
might get a shortage.
We might have to go camping.
Yeah.
In the tents.
Shit. So that's good. What? Anything else? Last things? Anything we should just keep up with your website, follow along. Adventures.
I'm like really awful at self promotion and like social media stuff.
You're not alone.
But I'm going to try my best to get better about that this year.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, follow me on Twitter, and
I'll Instagram.
I should get an Instagram. You say?
Yeah.
They got that notography. What is it called? It's another social media thing where you can just type out some words and they have cool looking fonts for you to throw it together. And it's more we do visual art, so I'm Instagram all in. But if you're a writer, if you have some quotes, do the shit until the shit does you. What was that quote earlier?
The what?
The sandbox.
Yeah, and the shit.
That was horrible paraphrasing.
Yeah. No, that was a different one.
Right. Quote, but
there you go. It was something about shit, and in any case, yeah, the one you don't forget. That's all right. We're rewinding and I'll bring it up.
Okay.
The one that's gonna be on your grave.
It's going to say Dan died.
Yeah. No, we already wrote something else earlier during the podcast, so you can't take it back.
Damn.
In any case, but yeah. Since you have those words and so on, then that's why they made that, and it's called notography. But I guess it hasn't taken off. Yeah,
Okay.
something.
Oh, that could be cool.
Yeah.
It might have taken off. I wouldn't know about it.
Right. Well, it hasn't if you don't.
Dan, just
maybe
give me
the
your
kids.
phone and I will download every app.
Yeah. You're gonna run out of space. You can't take no pictures. Try to take a picture like no.
Pictures of my cats anyway.
Instagram.
oh yeah, that'll get you.
What do you need Angry Birds for? Get rid of this.
Yeah.
Cats, man.
Evernote. You don't need no notes on your phone.
You got paper.
Cool. So we'll follow you on Dan Jolly.
Jolly. With a
The
J.
With a J, that's right.
Yeah.
DanJolly.com.
Yeah, and an E before the Y.
Yeah.
All right.
Just to make things difficult.
Yeah, blame my parents.
What about you, Jamal?
There is an E in my name. It's Jamel, not Jamal. It's same. Yeah.
But what about
the stuff?
Yeah,
the
stuff.
stuff I'm doing. Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Stop playing.
No, I am doing Moonlight Riot. We're on our third volume. Our focus this year is villains. So we're doing the villains.
That's right. I remember that. Go ahead.
Yeah. I got space safe for you. It's gonna be awesome.
Okay.
We normally debut it at Staple, which is a indie comic convention in Austin, Texas, and we'll usually have our back issues there. I'm focusing on graduating right now. Finding an internship, stuff like that. I graduate at the end of May. No, I'm sorry, at the end of March. Yeah, there we go. I graduate at the end of March. So I'm trying to find an internship to do before like a studio job. And Dan has a project that he's told me about. I actually really want to work on.